Yeah. So, karma yoga is impossible without jnana yoga, incomplete, and jnana yoga is impossible without karma yoga. That is our understanding, and that is the whole theme of this chapter. Now, how does a jnani do his karma? Our all action or all karma. How do we know that we are going towards the right path? Anyone can tell me anything? How do we know that we are in the right path? In the way of karma, we are doing right duties. Okay, I will first in this chapter itself, Krishna has told in the form of agnya. Agnya rupena means commandment. It is a commandment of Lord. You have to do these duties. Whatever, like Advait is going to school, he has to study. His mother is working hard for what? To get lot of goodies for Advait. Whenever his birthday is there, lot of chocolates, party, and a good shirt and pants. So she has to fulfill the duties towards the child, like that, and so on and so forth. That is agnya, means commandment. Second is yajna, means worship. So to do your duties is to do worship to Lord. Ishvara arpana bhava. You are seeing a patient, then you think that the patient is none other than Lord. You are doing debridement, you are cutting something of the leg, you clean it like as if it is Lord's feet, you are doing pada puja. So second is yajna, worship. Third is Ishvara prasada bhava, buddhi, means you take anything after doing these duties, you take it as prasad. These three you understood, and this is how the entire third chapter is divided into 5 types of how is the karma correctly done. The next two is whatever vinamrata bhava, you might become the best in your field, or you might achieve some Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri. Advait can get first rank in the class, but he should not be very proud of it. We should never be proud of our achievements, because we all know the achievement has happened because of so many reasons. It is possible not because of only your effort. Definitely, your effort has given you the achievement. The award has come to you, not to someone else, not to the neighbor's child. But don't feel that now I am the Lord, I have done everything. You should have humbleness. So, Vinamra Bhava. And lastly, whatever you do it for according to Dharma, according to what Dharma says. So, these are the 5 ways a jnani does his karma. When you do all this karma, you are not getting any papa or any punya also. You remember our understanding about the balance sheet which we come, not balance sheet, the savings account which we open when we come prarabdha karma. Then whatever we are doing, it will go to sanchita karma also. And also whatever action in this janma we did, you will get a agami karma also. Okay, so this balance sheet of life and death, depending upon how you have performed, until it is nil, not only this janma, but even the next, or there should be no janmas ever. The balance sheet should be zero for right from this to any other janma. Then only you will not get that entanglement in life and death cycle. And that's how the jnani comes out the life and death cycle. So performing the duties, because this chapter started with the question, if everything is jnanam only gives mukti, then why to go for karma? Why to do my duties? I can directly go to Himalayas and sit and do I do sannyasa. I just be myself, don't do any activities, and I get a moksha. So that question gives all these answers. Arjuna is answered through all these ways, different ways, 5 ways. First is Agnya, commandments, Yajna, worship, Ishwar Prasada Buddhi means right attitude towards your whatever you want to get. Vinamrata means humbleness, and Dharma or Dharma Hetune. Dharma means according to the whatever scriptures has guidelines has been given, according to the guidelines you follow. With that, we enter today's chapter. Can you ask whether she is able to hear? Because, sir, you are.
Yes, Madhureva. Yes, Madhureva.
Yes, Madhureva. No, no, sir. Sir, we will give a chance. Madam is there. Madam, if you can. Yes, Atmare Direva. Syadatmatruptascha manavaha. Atmanileva cha santushtasya.
Suppose there is a man who loves the self alone, who is happy with the self alone, and who is contented with the self alone. There is nothing to be accomplished for him. See, here, the two verses, that is 17 and 18, that is says about the benefit of Karma Yoga. The benefit of Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is not the ultimate sadhana. Why? Because it cannot give liberation. It cannot give self-knowledge. So it is not an end of the end itself. So we do not think that Karma Yoga is useless. Karma Yoga is necessary when at the beginning. Why it is necessary? It is necessary to purify our self. When you get purified, that only there is reason. Suppose there is a man who loves the self alone. That is, when you complete the Karma Yoga only purify the mind. So everybody has follow Karma Yoga initially and purify the mind. After purification of mind, one has necessarily go through the highest stage, that is jnana yoga. So when you complete the Karma Yoga, then only you can do jnana yoga. What is the next stage? That is jnana yoga. So follow Karma Yoga, purify your mind, and grow out of the Karma Yoga. Go to the next yoga, that is spiritual sadhana. That is how you can become a spiritual sadhana. That is, we have already discussed about, that is Grahastha and the Brahmacharya. For that, Swamiji has given an example. That is a child. A child, it grows in the womb of your mother up to 9 to 10 months. So 9 to 10 months, the womb is necessary for the child. After the 10th month, the child feels that the womb is the obstacle for him. So the child broke out and came outside, and then she is living. Just like that. One stage, when we are in Grahastha, we should follow the Karma Yoga. Then we should we leave everything, and we should, that is, become a Jnana Yoga. That is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga means that is, the first stage is called Pravritti. The second stage is called Nivritti. Pravritti means involvement. Nivritti means that is withdrawal. So involvement and withdrawal. That is Jnana Yoga. There are 4 forms of Jnana Yoga. That is Vedanta, Sravana, Manana, and Nityasana. When you do those 3 things, then you can purify your mind. Then only you will not, that is, you will not necessary to do Karma Yoga. When you attain moksha, that is Jnana Nilai, then only it is not necessary to do Karma Yoga. Because without the already put, without Karma Yoga, there is no Jnana Yoga. That is the reason.
Hari.
Purnatvam, when you attain
That.
So when you attain the Jnana Yoga, then only you call yes Purnatvam. So for that, that is Swami is giving an example. That is when you are frying puri, you can see when you put the puri will develop pulsing and go here and there and will make sound. When it attains Purnatva, it will be silent. Just like that. That is we should attain Purnatva. That is when we are in family, that is in Grahastha, that is we want to do certain karmas, we are having certain anxiety and other things. But when we attain, when we are out of what will happen now? It's just like a bathroom singer. Bathroom singer, நீங்க பாடும்போது வேற யாருமே உங்களை கேட்கவும் போறதில்லை, யாரும் அதுக்கு பணமும் தர போறதில்லை. You are enjoying yourself. When you are enjoying yourself, உங்க ஆத்மா எப்போ உங்களையே நீங்க ஆனந்தமா இருக்கீங்களோ அப்போ நீங்க கர்ம யோகா செய்ய வேண்டியதில்லை. Then it is known as moksha. That is this 17th verse.
So this is
So whenever you need puri, please remember right food is very much. That's then knocking about here and there, not moving body.
yes.
Till you get more you go here and there.
So here the verse is very important, and we should, apart from that joking things, but Atman Nevacha Santushta. So the person who has completely understood the self, not the lower self, not the Ajnani, the jnani inside him, who knows that the happiness, peace, and security is that with your Atma. That self, it has been talked here. Atman Eva, that with the self alone he is happy. That doesn't mean he doesn't do work. He works, he shows that he is so much involved in the regular duties, but he is santushtaha, because he neither worries about what I am going to get in return. So that type of person is loving himself. Means what? He sees the Ishvara within him. He is always happy, contented. Nothing is there for him to do. So such type of person, how he will act, how will he perform, that will come in the future verses. Yeah.
Here it is low, but in Atma Radiki, Atma moon times. Atma Radiki means Sanidatil Anante Ambu. Atma Tirutaka Dina, Yar Atma Yoda Tripia. Atma Sandustaka, Nanda Tripia.
Yeah, yeah.
In the rendu verses ரொம்ப முக்கியமான.
Yes.
It is more important.
Yes. You should not take it the other way, that he is happy with his self means he is enjoying with the senses. He is not enjoying with the 5 senses. Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. It is not at all affecting him. Whatever is hearing, doing, it doesn't affect, because he is always centered in his self. Like the example of one story I will tell for Advaita. There was Narada Muni. Narada Muni is very close to Vishnu. And Narad Muni says, see, every time I will say Narayana, Narayana, and you are not giving me any boons or anything. Someone who is just saying Narayana, you are giving boon. Then he said, okay, come, we'll go to the earth. There he is seeing one farmer. He is a farmer and his wife, she is carrying something on the head full of water. See, she is very close to me. He says, what is she doing? Nothing. I can also do. Okay, then he says, Narada, take that pot and just take a round of this field. But you remember, now not a single drop should spill down. And let us see how can you chant Narayana. Hey, this is very easy. So he goes. He starts. He is concentrating not to spill any drop, and he is walking, saying Narayana till he comes at the end. He spilled the water. He is not speaking Narayana. And then when Vishnu says, see, that lady doing all the work with the pot on the head, she's so into me that without any efforts, she's chanting. She's completely anchored in my name, as well as she's doing her duties effortlessly. That's why she's closer to me. So jnani is like that. He will do all the duties of father or mother or doctor or teacher, anything he or she will perform perfectly. But he will be anchored to Vishnu or self, because Vishnu I'm talking the first means the substratum of the entire beings, not the Vishnu again which we see in temples. The Vishnu which made everything through Brahmaji, and then Brahmaji made the universe. So now you understood that self is the person who loves the self, means is anchored in his consciousness. Now the next verse by Kundas. Naiva tasya krutenarthe nakrute neha kaschana nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschit arthavyapashrayah.
This world, he has nothing to gain through action, nothing to lose due to inaction. Upon no being thus, he have any dependence for any purpose.
Yeah.
In the living thing, you have got two dependence. Jnani is those who have discovered his inner dependence, who have discovered inner freedom. External dependence, we cannot never have physical freedom. We can never totally have. Physically, we are dependent on external factors. We require food, clothing, shelter. We have to accept traffic routes and traveling. It is not a bondage. Inner mind is concerned, we can accomplish total psychological freedom, and that inner independence is called moksha. Jnani, two types of people. One is overactive, another is inactive. Jnani is the one who is neither addicted to action nor addicted to inaction. Jnani is one who will enjoy activity, he will enjoy inaction also. He is independent of people also. Long life has got an advantage, but remember, it has a disadvantage also. So Jnani is the emotional independence. He is independent of people also. Long life has got an advantage. What is the disadvantage in long life? What is the advantage in long life? Long life we can live long. What is the disadvantage?
கர்மா நிறைய செஞ்சா நம்மளோட ஆக்ஷன்ஸ்னால நீங்க குறைச்சிட்டே வரலாம்ல. சோ லாங் லைஃப் இருக்கும்போது அதுதான் அட்வான்டேஜ்.
லாங் லைஃப் நம்மளோட கூட people will lose the company. The pet, not only the friends, but also pets. And they lose their pets. They feel so much dynamic. Why you are sad, why you are not talking? 4 days back, my dog died. So this is the disorder of living longer. So, world dependence, our progress is world dependence. Samsara. We are depending on family, son, father, mother, grandfather, so God dependence is bhakti. We believe God for everything in the name of bhakti. Self-dependence is, so we have to accept from samsara, then to bhakti, then to moksha. Self-dependence. World dependence is samsara, God dependence is bhakti, self-dependence, self-independence is jnana. Karma yoga is incomplete without jnana yoga. Jnana yoga is impossible without karma yoga. He helped Sachinji. He went to Kanpur. A lot of people sitting on the opposite side were all learned legends, doctors. And when I told them, I started with this one. Karma yoga is so they said I am very. I got certain.
It is always good to fake, then you make. So it's okay. Slowly, when you, yeah, that's what. So it's good, sir. It is a progress. And I think this is a very important topic. Every verse is so beautifully said and explained by Swamiji. I hope you can get time to read each verse, because now this is a crescendo. It goes up and it will go up to 30th verse. We are in 17th, 18th verse. It is all about talking karma yoga and how to transit from karma to jnana yoga. If you are in, like Advait is in now second son, LKG. Now, if he likes LKG teacher and that 1 year is over, will he be in LKG or he wants to go to UKG? So what does it mean is, if you like karma yoga so much, would you like to be in that only, or you want to leave it and go to jnana? So this is what is told in these few verses. You have to leave karma. You have to be santushtaha with yourself. Otherwise, you will be that hyperactive jnani. There are some jnanis who they understand, but even wherever they go, they start an ashram. They start an ashram, and for ashram means it is not one family; it is 100 families. So if one family has problems, you imagine the ashram problems. It will be multiplied by 100. So that jnani will never get a mukti. He might be jnani, but it will take a long, treacherous work time for getting mukti. So, as sir correctly said. Yes, yes.
Yes, leave your desire. Leave your attachment. Even with God, you don't get attached.
Yes.
He says, it is money from the town. Asai Padapura, if you desire more and more, you will
correct.
You leave Asai, leave Asai. You will get it's simple.
Right, right.
When we get autograph from Dayananda Saraswati, he will write, love yourself, then only you will love others. Socrates is
Socrates.
But he will know thyself.
Know thyself. Love yourself. So that self is very important. Not this lower self. Body, mind, complex is lower self. The higher self is the reflection of Paramatma within you, Jivatma. Because we all know Brahman, the substratum, cannot do anything without Maya Shakti. The Brahman can only play the role. The waves can be only seen because of some wind. Otherwise, Samudra, the ocean is very calm and quiet. Same way, Brahman is very calm. He doesn't have to do anything. But only while taking these forms, different forms, names, then only the activity starts. And we get entangled as Sachin, Malika madam, we get entangled in our samsara. So the jnani's idea is to love thyself or love yourself, that real self. Then nothing, no waves, no tsunami will come. Even if it comes, doesn't matter. So that is the understanding. Let us now go to the next verse. Malika madam.
Tasmad Sakta Satatam.
Tasmad Satatam
Samachara.
Karyam Karma Samachara
Sakto Yacharan Karma.
Asakto Yacharan Karma
Noti Purusha.
Mapnoti Purusha. Good chant.
The meaning is therefore always perform action to be done without attachment. By performing action without attachment, a person attains the supreme. So far, we are talking like that only. Still, Arjuna is confused. So he is again telling Krishna advice to Arjuna. Arjuna, what is your struggle for? Still, why you are confused? Confused state. You want inner independence, total emotional freedom, fullness in your goal to attain moksha. All these are possible only through self-discovery, discovering your inner strength. So far we are studying that only. And Ajnata Aham Dukkha Hetu, Jnata Aham Sukha Hetu. As long as I do not know myself, I am the sorrow. The moment I know myself, the very same known I is the source of happiness. Until you don't recognize yourself, the delusion remains and you will be adjusting the world. So it is inside your Atma only, we are having happiness or everything. Due to that only, not the world. Don't blame world. Only when the delusion goes, we attain inner purity. That can be attained only by Karma Yoga. So far, we are doing that only. And route map to follow Vedic life program. Karma Yoga purify the mind. Jnana Yoga restores self-sufficiency and thus be free. Krishna tells Arjuna, you must start from Karma Yoga right now. And Ramana Maharishi also tells the state we call realization is simply being oneself, not knowing anything or becoming anything. So, for the meaning of this sloka, Tasmat, therefore, Karyam Karma Samachara. Take Karma Yoga by following your duty. At present, your responsibility is the Mahabharata war. Don't run away from your responsibilities. You should do that. And asakta, without bothering about the future, without brooding over the past, live in the present and do what you must do wholeheartedly. Karma Yoga with a proper attitude and all. And satatam, this you should continue. And what will happen because of that? Asakto hayacharan karma. Do your karma with a healthy attitude. Paramapnoti purushaka. Such an intelligent karma yogi will ultimately attain moksha. Therefore, Arjuna, take the vow and fight. So, Karma Yoga prepares a person for Jnana Yoga. Krishna says, Arjuna, Karma Yoga is important. Karma Yoga involves doing your duty. As a Kshatriya, your duty is maintaining social harmony. And for the maintenance of harmony, whatever obstacle is there, you have to remove from the society. So, Duryodhana happens to be the obstacle for the harmony. So, don't take this as an unpleasant duty. Don't think like that. It is your duty to fight. Take it as your action and fight this dharma yuddha. Hari Om. So repeat the same thing again and again. Give the example.
So it was.
Yes.
So I have to please go back to the slides.
Which one?
Stand stopping.
மேம் ப்ளீஸ் இந்த தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க.
உங்களை பத்தி நீங்க தெரியாம வெளியே இருக்கிறவங்க தான் நம்மளுக்கு சாரோ கஷ்டம் தராங்க, சந்தோஷம் தராங்க நம்ம நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்தோம்னா அதை நம்ம கரெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம டயத்தை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணுவோம் தவிர நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறது அந்த சந்தோஷமும் அந்த துக்கமும் நமக்குள்ள இருக்கு. நீ அதை சந்தோஷமாவும் எடுத்துக்கலாம். நீங்க சந்தோஷமா உங்களை பத்தி அறிஞ்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா எந்த சந்தோஷம் வெளியில இருந்து உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கும்போது யூ won't feel அது சந்தோஷமா இருந்தாலும் சரி சாரோவா இருந்தாலும் சரி யூ மேக் இட் நியூட்ரல். எதுவும் உங்களை பாதிக்காத அளவுக்கு பார்த்துப்பீங்க. That's all. If you know, not I is the source of happiness. நான் தான் அதுக்கு காரணம். நீ அது சாரமும் எடுக்க வேண்டாம், ஹாப்பினஸும் எடுக்க வேண்டாம். இது தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டா நம்மளுக்கு எப்பவுமே சமநிலையில இருப்போம். அதனால சந்தோஷமும் துக்கமும் நம்மள என்னைக்கும் பாதிக்காது.
So I'll try to.
The fetus is the womb. It has got its own soul within keeping. It comes out. It is then respected. That is another problem. When it grows, getting the teeth and getting is a problem. When you come out, competing with the other students is a struggle. When you happen to be on for you have to get married. If you don't get married, it is a sorrow. If you get married, it is much more
Happiness.
much more sorrow. Now we take another. As long as I do not know myself, I am the sorrow. நமக்கு கல்யாணம் ஆகலையேன்னு தோணப்பட்டு அது நம்முடைய மனசு. கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கணும் சாரோ தான். அதனால சாரோ இஸ் நாட் ஏலியன்ஸ்.
ஸ்லோலி நம்ம இது பண்ண நமக்குள்ள ஹாப்பினஸ் இருக்குங்கிறது தெரிய வரும். இது மற்றவங்களுக்குனால இல்ல, ஒன்லி என்னாலதான் இதை எப்படி ஏற்றுக்கிறோங்கிறத பற்றி தான்.
So we all
we are the nobody else. வயசாயிடுச்சு சக்கர பிரசர்லாம் நம்மளால ஆக்சுவல் ஓவர் ஆக்டிங்னா அந்த பிரச்சனை எனக்கு நிறைய போனது. அதாவது அது வெரி குட்னஸ் உட்காந்து கடல் ஏழுபடி போட்டுருக்கு. அப்படி ஏழுபடி சொன்னா கடற்கரை அதை பண்ணி நேரம் வேலை செஞ்சுட்டே இருக்கணும். நீ லீவ் சண்டே கேஸ் சொல்லி வச்சுங்களேன் ரொம்ப கத்திரிக்கை inaction is not needed for us. Doing action is not think you are doing more action. Over active is not inactive are you have to work for like whatever if you apply your you have to apply also.
So we are all actually when we consider ourselves as this body mind complex, we are having a wrong notion that I am Satyan, I am a doctor. This wrong notion will lead us to do karma, lead us to do more and more activities which will lead us to more desires, and fulfilling these desires will lead to more activities. Nothing will be changing. This is a wrong notion. But if you see, every human body has been incidentally taken by Paramatma as Jivatma. We are this body is going to die, we all know. That is the truth. This is the ultimate truth. And we are going to perform our duties through this body. The Jivatma performs all his activities through this body. It is an incidental acquiring of this body, like incidental, this shirt I have worn, I can change it and put new one. The problem happens is we take it very seriously. The body, mind and all things are taken seriously. For example, someone, when I go, I'm a doctor, but don't look like a doctor. So some staff will say, who are you? Because that will be the first reaction. I don't wear such a, you suddenly take it so much, I have this Then if you are jnani, you might introduce her, and then even if she shouts after that, okay, I'll come afterwards. Maybe you're working. That is the correct way. But a normal Vyavaharik reaction will be, how can she say like this to me? Don't you know who I am? How long you are here? So that is what you're entangled in the samsara. You are taken this shirt so seriously, this body so seriously, it is affecting all your duties. You are not knowing the real self, the real source of happiness. Once the person knows the real self, then nothing affects him, good or bad. There is only news. There is no good and no bad news. And if something goes terribly wrong, it will be from what to so what. Anything happens around him, good or bad, he will say, oh, so what, let it be. That is the understanding from this person. I hope you got it.
Yeah.
So I think it's almost 10 minutes. We have Sir's Tirukural also. So we will stop here. Shubha, you are there next time, no?
Nobody can answer.
Okay, so no, why I asked is something.
No, sir.
Yeah, so we will
Here.
directly start from Shubha next time. We will say our Shubha will finish. Okay, we'll finish the verse. Okay, good. Someone is wanting to have verse, then I'm very happy. Yeah, Shubha. Karma, yeah. Karma naiva hi samsiddhim astita janakadayah loka sangrahamevati sampashyan tumarhasi. Good.
Translation: abiding by beauty alone, people like Janaka have attained liberation. At least, considering the upliftment of society, you should act. Like the past 3-4 verses, we've been discussing that how we are going towards the Jnana Yoga from Karma Yoga and how we can avoid this Karma Yoga. But in this particular verse, Krishna says that it's not a bad thing of doing a Karma Yoga. That is like, see, we are all grahastas, and nobody can even say, maybe probably Vanaprastha states, few of you are there, but we have endless responsibility, endless, endless things that is tying us down. So we can all ask ourselves, like, how can we go towards moksha? How can we go towards Jnana Yoga, having all these responsibilities? Like, at least for grahastas, we have only family. For Arjuna, he's a Kshatriya, he has a very great responsibility towards society. So he's saying, how am I supposed to take the path of spirituality, go towards Jnana Yoga, attain moksha, if I have so much responsibilities? So for this, Swamiji in this verse, he explains that like, it is how we take it. Like a sannyasi can take ashrama as a huge responsibility. And he can say that, like Sir said, it's hundreds of families, so hundreds of karma yoga. It may not be a path to moksha also. Maybe it is a starting, but still it's a responsibility. There they do so much of karma yoga. But a grahastha in his own family, in his own house, he can, practice detachment. He can follow jnana yoga. He can go towards moksha. So it is how our mentality is. It's not that since you're a grahastha, you cannot evade karma yoga, but you can go towards the path of enlightenment, that is path of moksha. So it is how even a grahastha in his own family, in his own house can become an ashramam to him. And an ashramam can be a home and attachment to a sannyasi. So both ways. So in this he quotes like what all happened in Upanishad. There is a small story that Swamiji quotes that very learned Brahmana once will visit a great king, Ajasta Satru. His name is
Ajata Satru.
So he is a king. He's also a very learned king. So this Brahman will go and he will want to explain about the Brahman, the supreme Brahman. So then the king will say that, only so much, there is so much about this that you have not explained. Then Brahmana will think, okay, I know only this much, but since you are telling me, I will learn it from you. Even though I'm a Brahmana and you're a Kshatriya, I'm a person, maybe I'm the one who teaches, but I'm still willing to learn from you. So please teach me. So that should be our mentality. So even we have heard, we have scriptures say that even Kshatriyas, they've all, even been in Janaka, they've all been in position, they've all, implemented their duties, but still they have gone towards Jnana Yoga. So that is the teaching that Krishna says in this. So even if you are remaining in the Karma Yoga, there should be a purity in your mind and knowledge and the ability or willingness to teach others about it. And remaining in this line of duty, like this great kings like Janaka, doing the responsibility without running or evading the responsibility, you can go towards the Jnana Yoga. And then Karma Yoga, what do we practice doing Karma Yoga? That will go towards purification of our action, doing that particular action. And then through that action, we attain knowledge. And that knowledge helps us in the Jnana Yoga. So here what Krishna says is, Jnani can do karma. Jnani need not do karma yoga also. He quotes two examples for that. Like you can be like Ramana Maharishi, Summa iru, don't do anything and avoid doing karma entirely. Or you can be like Sankaracharya, be very active in your spiritual life. So many maths. Still we are talking about Sankaracharya because of the amount of work he has done. So, Jnani, this particular verse, I think we can put it again and again. Jnani can do karma, Jnani need not do karma. So, it is up to that particular Jnani because we don't have any tester or any scale to assess who is a Jnani and who is not a Jnani. It is only the self who will know on what path you are and what state you are. So, you need not do, but at the end, Krishna says, but taking into the need of people around you, need of yourself, need of society,
Loka Sangraha.
you will have to do karma yoga.
Correct. So with this, we end our class today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I have to stop the recording.